rattle on there. So when I hit it, it makes a pretty big sound. Or I could also hit it like this. Ooh. So two different sounds, but I can also do something where I change the pitch. So how are you doing that? So when I push my fingers into the drum and hit it, it puts more force into the drum head and the pitch goes up.
So when you make something tighter, the sound gets, and that's what works for that one as well. Now, Brian, okay, I think that my instrument is just as good as your instrument. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think my instrument is better than this instrument. What do you guys think? Oh, okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Hold on, let's have a little duel here. Here we go, ready? Features the percussion family, and we're going to be playing you this piece in a second. This piece features a lot of different of our instruments, some of which you've seen before. You're going to be seeing our hubcaps, our cardboard tubes, our xylophone, but we're going to be putting a musical instrument in here that you guys have never seen yet. And at the end, I want you to tell me which instrument is different and not a percussion instrument. Here we go. So, which instrument was not a percussion instrument? Was it the hubcaps? No, that's a percussion instrument. Was it the xylophone? That's a percussion instrument. Was it the tubes? No, that's a percussion instrument too. Was it the straw? Absolutely, because I noticed that one of the things, did I hit this one? What did I do instead? I blew it, so this could either be a brass or it could be a woodwind. Which do you think it is? Not brass. Woodwind, that's right, because woodwinds have two different kinds of instruments. First of all, there's the reeds, and then there's the flutes. And we're going to show you the flutes in a second, but we're going to start with the reeds, because this is an instrument that you can reed. Now, I'm making a little bit joke here, because reed is R-E-A-D. But there's a kind of a plant which grows in the swamp called a reed, which is R-E-E-D. Thousands of years ago, ancient man discovered if you take a reed from the swamp, you squish it down, you cut the edges, you make a really cool instrument. But it all grew from this one little piece of paper. And you probably have done this. At some point or another, you probably took a blade of grass, put it between your thumbs, and you went like this, right? Yeah, and it makes that kind of buzzy sound. That's exactly what this does too. Now, if I make it bigger, it's going to be higher or lower? Let's test it out. I'm going to start really small. So it gets lower because it's bigger. Right, exactly. Right, and then finally, this one here, what I did with this, by making it bigger, I put holes into it so I can make them bigger and smaller. Now what I did was I flattened out the end of the straw, cut the edges like this to make sort of a double point like that, and then I bite down right about where my fingers are there. Now if you look at the end of the straw, it looks kind of like the end of an alligator's mouth. You want to put your lips where the alligator's eyes are, not where the alligator's nose is. Then you bite down with your lips like that. Back everybody, not with your teeth, with your lip, and then blow through the straw until you get this kind of sick duck sound. And then finally I can put holes in the straw like this. Sure, something like that. Now finally, what happens when you put a cone at the end of it? It gets it. So I have a big one here. This is a cone. Got a little straw. Got a truck oil funnel here, which has never had oil inside it. And I'm putting this inside. This is so loud. What am I going to ask you to do? They're the reeds. Now, another group of the woodwinds, Karina's going to show you the flute.
And that's another family that also works with air vibrating and also works with this idea of long and short. Who of you remember this instrument? I showed you this last year. Right? Everybody does. That's very good. So, which one is going to sound lower? All right, the little one is going to sound lower. That's the big one. That's the small one. Did that sound higher? So everybody agrees that long is low and short is high? Right. Do you remember this? Very easy to make, but not that easy to play. Okay, the easy thing of making this one is that you just get a few plastic bottles, not glass, glass will break. Plastic bottles, the drinkable kind. And different sizes is gonna be better, and different sizes. The one that is gonna sound lower is gonna be the big one, right? Yes. Why was that a big? Who's going to raise your hand and tell me why big things sound lower than little things? Yes. Yes. It is bigger. And when big things vibrate, do they vibrate fast or do they vibrate slow? That is the answer I was looking for. Imagine the air in here. There's a lot of room in here for the air to go wobble, wobble. There isn't much room to go around in this marker top. So it has to bounce really fast against the walls of the marker top. So the difference in sounds are these. Imagine the air. You can't see it. Smaller bottle. Smaller. Vibrating faster. Faster. And do you happen to remember my drinking flute? Yes. Shall I do that again? So I have to drink it. And blow. And drink. And blow. So going back to the idea, big things vibrate slow. Little things vibrate